we are back. Big kitchen talk, big vibes. It is not a cooking show. It's not a cooking show. It is not a love show, but we might be talking a little bit about love today. Big shout out to Hala Maroc. She down with Peter. You understand? I told her that I was wearing a pony jacket, and she had an issue with that.
Well, you didn't know that the pony was a little horse. It's all right.
But you eat eggs. Big shout out to my favorite tomboy, Georgie. Free Ricky until they free Ricky. You know, this is Fox Soul Kitchen Talk, and today is very special. It's a very special episode today. We talking about a voice in hip hop for many years. We talking about journalist extraordinaire. We talking about a producer, a writer, a showrunner. We talking the Sauce. We talking so many different brands, loving hip hop, growing up hip hop. We talking about the one and only Kim Osorio came to pull up on us today. How you feeling?
I like that intro. Thank
You like the intro?
I did.
Yeah, I mean,
You
this is a
went
good
off
intro.
like the top too.
Yeah, this off the top. Yeah, I mean, listen, I know you though.
I know you do know me.
I know you, for real. No, we was just in here kicking and we just talking, and this is what it is. This is your show.
It's my show today?
This is your show.
Okay.
You know,
I feel comfortable.
You know, and I want you to feel comfortable
Thank you.
because you know I respect you. I respect your voice in hip hop. I respect who you are as a woman. You know, and I just wanted to build with you. You know, but for the people that haven't or may not know who you are, I just want to go into some of your back history. You grew up in the Bronx.
I did. You're making me feel real special right now.
You are special.
I just want to say to Georgie, you're right. I get what you hear.
You get the, what was that? What was that? What was
The
that?
charmer thing.
The charming thing. That was you.
But you know me. You know
I do. But on a professional level,
Right.
you just made me feel so good. So I can imagine.
But so
What
is
he
that
be doing to these
is
young
that
ladies?
is
No,
that wrong?
that's a beautiful thing.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
Am I
You should
wrong
do
for
that.
having because
should do
because
that.
I'm nice?
Nice
Nice.
and charming.
Is,
You're
is
charming.
is there some? We gonna
But
get
I
to
like it, right? Like depending on the, like the person and the relationship that I have with people, I respect it, so I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying?
You just gotta use
Okay.
your powers
It's
for
authentic.
good.
that. Okay, but we can get to that. We can get to that. But I just want to get a little background on you because just for the people that don't know all your accolades and all that. You grew up in the Bronx and then you got into hip hop.
Castle Hill.
Castle Hill.
To be exact.
Yeah, it's a legendary area.
Yeah.
You know, the home, the birth of hip hop, right?
Kind of, sort of.
The Bronx period,
The
though.
Bronx period, right. I was in different areas of Bronx. I actually, first lived in Grand Concourse area
Right.
around there and then moved to Castle Hill like in my younger years.
Right.
But I claim Castle Hill because that's where I came of age.
Mm. And what was this thing about hip hop that attracted you?
It just was you know what it was, really? It was everywhere around me. So I grew up in the culture, but I think culturally, right, or my background, my ethnicity, it was hard for me to identify, right? Because my father's Puerto Rican, but I don't speak any Spanish. My mother's half black, half Chinese. So culturally, I'm just like super mixed. Nobody ever knows. Like most people assume that I'm Puerto Rican, but then they look and they hear, or they maybe are like, what are you mixed with? You know what I'm saying? So for me, culturally, hip hop was the main thing that I identified with, right? Because where we were in the Bronx, it's a melting pot. So everybody was there, and it was like we were all into hip hop. Didn't matter what your background was.
Right.
Whether you're Puerto Rican, Trinidadian, you know what I'm
that in
saying,
common.
Jamaican, we all just had that in common. So that was really the thing I think that made me identify with hip hop so much.
So originally, did you rap, sing, dance? What was
I
it?
used to break dance
Oh,
and DJ.
wow.
Yeah. You want me to? No.
No, I mean we got time.
I
It's
used to
marble
break
floors.
dance.
What was your DJ name?
Well, okay, no, I'm not gonna go there because it's gonna be real corny. And
It's
then-
okay.
Like, we're
Like,
talking the
DJ
80s.
K?
We're talking like no.
was it?
I didn't really have a DJ name, but I did in the 5th grade. Like they used to call me Special K. Then the Breaking
Special
movie came
K.
out and it was done. It was done because that shit made it corny. So I had to change my name. I never really changed it.
Special K.
Isn't that funny?
Nah, definitely. So, but what pulled you or pushed you into a more journalistic area? Like, what put you more into writing about hip hop and writing stories and writing and doing interviews, and what pushed you there?
I think I've always been a lover of stories, right? If I go back into even the music I would listen to or the raps I identify with, it was always when someone told a story, right? I was big on Slick Rick,
Right.
So I think as I'm coming up in the game, not really knowing what I wanted to do, because I came out, I was like, I want to work at a label, I want to do radio promotion, I want to do publicity, I just want to be there, I just want to do something,
Just wanna be there.
right? But writing and storytelling was the actual talent. So once coming up from where I'm from, my parents never really graduated. Like my father didn't graduate the 8th grade. He ran numbers. So I never talked about that.
I don't know, but
My father is a number.
It's your show.
I'll say it now.
Yeah, you can say it now.
When I was young, I used to have to go to class and they say, "What's your father do?" And I used to have to say, "He works at a grocery store." Right? So like
That was a lie.
So he
was not
like
true.
he had a dream book and stuff.
That was a lie.
He was a number man.
That was
It
not
was
true.
It was
a
not
lie.
true.
It was okay.
It was not true. But as a child, when they're like, "Oh, what does your mom do? What does your dad do?" I'm like, he works at a grocery store." Because I had to cover that up. I couldn't tell nobody that that's
Right.
what I.
But
came
you
up
understood
under.
that that's what he was doing. At that
Oh, I
point.
used to be in the spots with him. So like that's why I became very good at math, right? Because my father ran numbers on in East Harlem.
Wow.
So, that was his profession, right? But he came up in the streets. My mother, she had a hard upbringing. She was one of 14 kids. They lived in a 3-bedroom apartment on First Avenue. So their success, their idea of success was just me going to college, right? And it was just like, you're going to be a doctor or a lawyer. They didn't really understand professional, like
From a
creative profession.
From a creative way.
Right. So they didn't understand that as a writer, that was building inside of me how to nurture that.
Right.
So after college, I went to law school because I was like, well, what's next? So I went to law school to be a lawyer. But in law school, I really sort of honed my writing talent. And at the same time, I was coming up and I was going to the clubs and I was hanging out and I was meeting people. And I was like, wait, this is the industry that I want to be in. So eventually I started to write for different publications and started to tell stories that way. So
Wow.
that's how I kind of fell into that.
Dope. What was your first job in hip hop? Was it The Source?
No.
Was it like Right On magazine?
No. My
Black
first job,
Yeah.
I was a publicity intern at Profile Records
Oh, damn.
back in the day.
That was-
Wait, before that, I was at BMG Distribution. I was marketing. I did marketing at BMG Distribution as an intern. I did publicity. Like, I was trying to find myself.
Right.
And it wasn't, then I did this whole job at this music software company that later sold the information. But I always tell this story. I tell all the time, like, I used to enter the data from the CDs from 94 to 99 at this company called Muse. They later sold their software to Amazon. But what I did was I would write, like I would take the liner notes and I would enter it into a system. This was before the internet. Because no one really knew me before that.
Right.
And we were all trying to come up, but everybody wanted to work at the Source.
Right.
Because that was the Bible of hip hop. So for me, in all these years, it took me like 10 years to get to the Source. I started out 90, I don't know, 2, 3. It wasn't until 2000 that I got that job at the Source.
Is there a particular story, particular person, particular rapper, particular artist that is most memorable to you that you wrote about? A story that's like one of your favorites?
When people ask me this story, I be changing my mind. I'm a Gemini. I change my mind all the time. Oh my God, that's such a hard question. A story
Gotta be something. One of your favorites.
Foxy.
Foxy? Really? Was that, is it the cover issue?
It was the Broken Silence cover.
Wow.
Yes.
That was, what about that issue made you?
Well, she asked for me. And that was at a time when artists weren't allowed to say, I want this writer to do my story. Right? So for me, and there were a lot of stories that, were being done behind the scenes where people were, asking for specific writers, but I was not the editor. And like I said, it took me 10 years to get there. And this was a critical time in her career, right? So I did 2 cover stories. I did the China Doll story and I did the Broken Silence cover. And obviously those were controversial stories at the time.
What was it in those stories that made it controversial? I forget.
Well, I think something had happened at Vibe, right? Right before I did the China Doll story, there was like a Vibe cover that came out, and I don't know I can't remember what the exact story was, but it didn't go well. So it was like doing it for the source was kind of like, I guess they were answering that, and that's what artists did back then. You went to one magazine, oh, they did this, I'm gonna go to the next magazine.
That was rap beef back then.
Yeah, the magazine.
Answer the magazines.
If I do a story in this magazine, I can't do a story in that magazine. Like, there was all this politics behind the scenes. So, I mean, this is so much. Like, there's so many stories just from back then.
Artists allowed to ask for writers.
Because it would be perceived as like that, like a favor or bias, right? So you can't be impartial. If an artist asks for you, then there must be some sort of relationship here. But the funny thing about this is that nobody ever questioned that. When she asked for me, nobody ever questioned my credibility or whether I was,
in cahoots with her.
Right. But when the case came out later, and it was like, oh, you was dealing with so-and-so and so-and-so, everybody was like, oh, you can't be, as a woman, like, you can't be impartial to this. The case that I filed against the source. So,
right.
So this is a long story.
Oh, yeah. Right, okay.
That's,
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I'm like, I want to get into
the
it.
book is out, straight from the source. The book came out like years ago, but I wrote about all of that in my book.
Right.
But as a woman, that was done like before Me Too. Like I found
you was like one of the first Me Too's.
Before Me Too, there wasn't
before
a lot
me, it wasn't even on Me Too
Twitter,
back then.
There wasn't people like we support you. It was a lot of like you a hoe. Like it was real crazy.
Wow.
It was real crazy back then. And as a woman, for me to do that, that was what was groundbreaking about it.
That was
right?
like against like Dave Mays.
Right, Dave and Ray.
Right.
Yeah. I've talked to Ray about it like years later.
Yeah, cool.
Yep, absolutely. Because we've been able to pregnant with my youngest daughter, and they were like, my face was on the cover of the newspaper. Like they had all types of rappers.
I remember that.
Like it was crazy. And
I remember that.
Yeah, but you can't do that today. Today you can't do that. You can't. If a woman says, this happened to me, you can't bring up her past nowadays. You can't do. You're gonna get Me Too, right?
Get handled.
Right. It's like if somebody says, oh, I was raped, and then you be like, yeah, but last night at the club you had on booty shorts.
Right.
Like you can't do that.
Right.
But with my case, when I did that, when I filed it, that's what happened. Like the backlash was like, well, she was dealing with some people. It was like, what the fuck that got to do with what I'm talking about right now? But we were so far, you know what I'm saying, behind in the times at that time.
That brings me to something because we talked about what you wanted to kind of talk about, what you wanted to kind of kick it about on here, right? And I'm unclear as to what the definition of that is. So now, with your situation back then, right? Would you have called that toxic masculinity? Was that was that what that is?
Toxic masculinity.
Everything?
When I scroll my Instagram timeline and I see all these podcasts, it's all toxic masculinity to me.
So
just talk to me like I'm
like my brother.
No, like I'm 9.
Oh, like you,
like 'cause
like
I don't
5-year-old simple.
Yeah, because I don't understand what it is.
It's a hard concept to explain, and I don't want to play Google or Wikipedia, right? But it's like this idea that men, the dominance, right, the power that is what you're using to sort of
weaponizing it.
Yeah, you're like pushing it ahead. So like to me, there's a lot of it in hip hop. There's a lot of it in hip hop, especially on different platforms, right? Like when I say podcasting, right? Take podcasting for example, right? You have all these podcasts where it's like, it's hip hop, right? Women's issues, that's cool. But let's just talk about hip hop. When you have podcasting and hip hop, you're supposed to be talking to men and women, right? But it's really a male POV. And then you have to token women in there sometimes. Let me get a female co-host, or let me do.
Whoa. Hold on.
You can see.
Hold on.
You can see.
Hold on. Whoa. Back up, Kim. Hold on. Back up.
Go ahead.
Hold on, because I don't know what's happening
It's
here.
not you. It's
Is it not me?
How you be like, we finally got him?
Is it an industry thing or is it a society thing?
Society. Very good.
Yes.
Society. I'm
Is
sorry.
that just the way
You're
it
right.
is?
You are right about that.
So am
It is the way
I
it is.
toxic masculine over here?
If
You
you
are.
dominate your masculinity to
How-
get the thing that
how?
you want.
How?
You use your masculinity to get things that you want.
I don't
You
know.
weaponize your masculinity to get the things you want.
Me?
You weaponize your
I weaponize my
Yes.
charm.
See it?
Charm is toxic masculinity.
No, I said you weaponize
No, your charm is not.
How do you-
your
how
charm
do you- see,
sometimes
you- see,
to
you
get
going-
what you want.
See, this is all new to me.
No, but I like that you take it in,
Weaponizing.
Oh,
and
the
you-
key,
and
the
I
terms.
think the thing about you, I like when you take something in. I like how you listen. Like I've noticed that about you.
Look at his face. Look at his face.
Like you're very perceptive, and if I have a conversation with you,
Right.
you're very perceptive, and you've always sort of listened and taken that in, and then changed things. So
I wish I shared
like
your
that.
experience.
No, it's different. It's not like
It's
that.
a whole
It's just-
different. I wish I shared your experience.
I was like,
You
wow,
gotta
that's
remember,
nice.
we talking to the people, right?
We
talking to
are. I
people
wish I shared her
in
experience.
TV land, right?
Mhm.
And when you say you say things to me like I weaponize my charm.
No, that's not what he said.
That's what you said.
Sorry, I put this.
She said that. She said
Well,
that.
it's not the charm problem though. The problem is
I
charm
like
is
the
just how
charm.
you get in there.
Yeah.
Like,
But how do you
then-
weaponize something like that?
because it's like you
You
know you're gonna
using it.
get what you want.
That's not true. I don't know anything.
Yes, you believe in
Your
yourself
aim-
so
your
highly.
aim-
So you mean to tell me because I'm supremely confident that I'm weaponizing something?
No.
No,
What is it? Though?
Don't
You gotta break
gaslight
it
this.
down.
Don't
I
gaslight
like
this.
your confidence.
Now it's gaslight.
I'm using
All the terms.
I'm pulling all the terms out.
all
I'm
these
pulling
terms.
All the terms out.
These,
Gaslight.
all these terms.
Professionally, I don't know. I've had great experiences with you.
Yes.
I have. I will
We-
say professionally, I've had.
We
great-
wrote a TV show together.
I
We
only
did.
think
Okay? We only built together.
We did.
when you get
That's
your
what I'm
I don't
saying.
love these hoes moments.
Whoa.
That-
I don't know what
That's
you're
the
talking
only
about.
time I can say.
I don't know. See, but you don't like. What do you mean? You hear me speak as what? As
As a
any
man.
other man, right?
Yeah.
Right.
That doesn't make it wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't make it right.
What I'm saying to you, you got to define to me what the difference is in being toxic masculinity, and just being a regular man.
Toxic means that
What's-
your behavior can be hurtful.
Okay, now you've seen my behavior being hurtful to somebody.
You're the
Ask
women
me that.
you
Don't look
hurt.
at her. Look at me and
What-
ask that
what-
question.
Whoa, hold on. What women do you know that I hurt?
I'm not gonna speak on specific.
No,
women.
you don't know none.
That's what you think. But anyways,
This is crazy.
Ask me that.
This
Ask
is
me.
crazy.
Ask me. Ask me.
anyways,
Ask me
he's
that.
not gonna ask you.
You know any women that I hurt supposedly?
Yes.
Hurt how? Like
I mean,
Hurt
I'm
their
not
feelings.
hurt their feelings.
how?
I'm not gonna sit here and say that there isn't any type of accountability that they should take. I'm not gonna sit here and say
This
that
is
it's your
crazy.
fault. I'm not gonna say that. But as a man, I've definitely seen you utilize your attributes,
Attributes,
your positive attributes,
positive attributes, like what?
in a not so positive way for another person, but it benefits you.
I see you're not being descriptive. to
You want me to be descriptive? I've seen you utilize your charm and everything to get these chicks and to
what's-
get
That's
the
not- I
good
wouldn't call
stuff.
that
that you-
toxic. I
That's
would
not
say-
toxic.
But I've also seen the end results of these
Oh
things
my
because
God.
once again, like I said, they
Right.
have to take accountability
Right.
as well. But they
So
like
how do you
them,
what? So
right?
what? So man, there's man, there's
Okay,
woman.
society
Man is
sets you up to be dominant.
Right.
Society
Yeah.
sets you up as a man to be dominant, right? But when you assert that dominance,
Y'all talking about two different
No, we're
things.
not.
First
we're
of all.
talking about the one
She's
thing.
talking about charm.
That's
I'm just
your,
saying
that's
your
in
charm.
your case,
At the
charm
end of the
is
day,
your-
right?
your-
That's your
My weapon.
Yes.
How is that a problem though? How is that
It's not
wrong?
until you use it.
I thought being disrespectful was wrong. I thought
We never said it was wrong. You're utilizing it for your advantage, but it might not be the advantage of somebody else. If you listen to Robert
This-
Greene, you utilize these things to get your victim. That's how he breaks it
Woo.
down.
Robbie Green.
And so there's that.
Right, like, so this is how it is. It's like you're utilizing. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. You can utilize whoever I want.
That's how I approach everything, though.
Right, and then you pounce down.
No, but
on
no,
young.
nothing. Right? You can't say that because if I approach my business that way, if I wake up one day and say, "Yo, Garth, we doing a podcast," and everybody told me to wait. And I ain't waiting for nothing. I ain't waiting for nothing. And I say, yo, I don't care what nobody say. We doing it this way. And I ain't taking no for an answer.
That's not the dominance we're talking about. We're talking about now you have a podcast, right? And if say now we on Fox Soul, right? And then they're just like, all right, so what about the 2 co-host girls that you have, right? What are you gonna do with them? And you're just like, they're good.
I would never say that though.
We're not saying that.
You got it.
Example, I have a podcast. Listen, I have a podcast, right? I'm feeling like I'm in a this is your podcast. You have superior, like you feeling superior because you feeling like you on top, and that this you utilize your power by you using that podcast to dominate or to get this girl,
who?
Or people in the workforce.
This is cap.
People in the workforce.
No, this is cap.
This is
not
really.
I'm trying to
I have
explain
not
it.
used. You got to be specific.
We're giving
to me.
you.
You gotta be specific. And because I've not, you talking about me? Oh, you talking about me? Because I've never used anything that I have to get the things that I want as far as like a show.
You
or
ever
whatever.
you ever didn't like a girl like that, but she likes you a lot, and you know she likes you a lot, and you utilize your charm to get things out of her, but
like
you don't really
things
like her like that?
What?
Whatever, sex.
What if I don't like it? What I need sex from her for? What don't make sense?
I said if you don't like her like that, like she might
But
like
what I
you
want
and then
sex
tomorrow you
for?
call her a bitch,
No, you're
and
talking
then
about most of
tomorrow
the
she's
time.
a hoe, and then-
Well, see, but that's life. Somebody's
That's
liking
not
some.
life.
It's not
Hold
life.
on,
That's
hold
the
on,
problem.
hold on. Somebody's liking somebody more than the other. That comes
I
with
don't like
the
her
territory.
like that. I don't like her like
Whoa,
that.
don't try to make it about me.
You just
don't try to make it about
you
me.
just told me to make it
Somebody
about you.
out there is liking somebody else more than that person is liking them. That's
Right.
what it is.
But you don't like her
That's-
like that.
that's what it
She
is.
alright. Like I don't really care for her like
So what
that.
happened to the girl that I like more than she liked me?
Listen,
What happened?
I'm giving you an example.
That's toxic femininity.
But
Come
you,
on.
but at the end of the day,
These
because
words-
but at the end of the day, she's giving you. She might be giving you things or like
Giving
sex
me
or
things like what?
or whatever. She could
Like
be
what?
buying you
I feel
something.
Mine like what?
As
Don't make
long as
nothing up on me.
you're upfront with the person that you're with,
Yeah.
right? As long as you are upfront about it, I think it's all fair game. Because people gotta also understand what they're getting into, right? So like anybody in that situation should know what they're dealing with when they're dealing with you. You know what I'm saying?
This is about me.
No, it's not about you.
No, but okay, in general.
When you guys are talking specifically about you.
Okay,
That's
but
all.
I'm pretty upfront.
That's
Let
all
me
I'm
ask you a
saying.
question.
Oh.
Sure.
So, if you had a guy,
Mm-hmm.
right,
Mm.
and
A guy.
and you like him,
Mm-hmm.
right? But you tell him up front, like, I ain't really, like, I'm not looking for a relationship or anything like that. And he hears you, he's just like, okay, cool. But he starts coming over and
Right.
he wants to stay, like, every day.
Right.
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 Every day he wants to stay at your house or whatever.
Right.
Right. Clean up your house, cook
Right.
for you, do
Right.
all the boyfriend things or whatever.
Right.
Do you think that you're leading him on? Even though you let him know that, like, I'm not looking for nothing, but he's doing all of these boyfriend things, and
On
he
his
stays
own.
at your house
On
every
his
si-
own?
On his
On
own.
his
He
own.
stays at your house.
Well,
You let him stay at your house. You
I
let him
wouldn't
stay
let
at your
him-
house every
if
single
I
day.
wasn't looking for a relationship, then he's not staying at my house every day. Like if I'm not looking for a relationship, he's not staying at my house.
because that's giving him the wrong idea.
That's
right?
giving him the wrong idea.
How?
No, because if I'm really not looking for a relationship, what the hell is he doing in my house every day?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
So if I'm really, it's really not about him. It's about me.
logically, just logically.
What's in that cup?
It's about me.
Water. And listen, listen, Kim, they
Maino,
talking about
you
me.
ever had a situation like
I
that?
see.
They talking
Okay.
about me. That was a
Clearly, I see.
that was a setup to talk about me, right?
Okay.
Now there was a situation where many moons ago,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Where young lady liked me. I liked her too, but maybe she was
wanted
in,
something else.
right? But I was honest. I'm like,
Okay.
look, I don't want the responsibility of being in a committed relationship right now.
Yeah.
That's not
That's
what I
it.
want. I don't
Just
want
say
that
it up front.
responsibility of being in a committed relationship.
Right.
All right. I don't want to have to burden myself with that because guess what? I'm gonna possibly fail.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And I was realistic and I was honest about it. I told her that.
That's it.
However, she had liked to come around and hang out with me, you know, keep me company. Hey, you know, I see you got, you know, your dirty clothes. I could do it. I could do it.
Do your laundry.
Right, but she volunteered these things. Hey, you want something to eat? I'm hungry.
Right.
I'll cook something.
Okay.
And these
every day.
but look, these things I had never asked for.
Right.
Am I wrong?
Kim, she was here every day.
Bro, can you just relax? I'm pretty sure she got the picture.
Yeah.
And there's no such thing as every day, but there's no, it was never 7 out of 7, ever, not one time. Not 7 out of 7.
Not 7 out of 7.
Not 7 out of 7.
You're not wrong.
I'm not wrong.
Nope.
I'm not wrong.
You're not wrong.
I'm not wrong.
That's on her. If you told her what it is, and she was over here every day, even though maybe he could have did things differently.
How different?
She definitely have to take accountability.
Right. So this is what I'm saying. So how differently could I have done things if I'm being honest?
Saying, if you're being honest, you're good. But I'm just saying maybe sometimes it's like, don't come over here today. I got stuff to do. You know what I'm saying?
I did that.
Right. She still came.
No. It was not. It wasn't like imposing a will.
She wanted something else.
Right. And I understand that.
Yeah. She wanted something else. But
look at me though.
I know.
No, but they pretty much like me. I'm likable. Look.
Now next question, because I told him this and I said
material?
You have to be realistic. I said regardless, because she might be like, oh, this is okay or whatever, but she's trying. Women will try to change the situation. They will try to manipulate the situation.
But that's the problem. The problem
is a problem.
That women try to change men.
So am I being toxic masculine?
No. And the thing is, the biggest mistake a lot of women make is believing that they can make that change. And my motto is, if he did it to her, he'll do it to you. So don't think you're going to come in a situation and you got the bomb ass, can I curse? Yeah, pussy and all of that, or you so fly, or you're this person. No. If he did it to her, he's doing it to you because that's his character, right? So it's not really about, oh, this is a different relationship. I love this woman. No, if he smacked her up, he'll do it to you, right? So point blank. So that's what women, I think, a lot of situations don't really like accept, right? Because you get in a situation, and you know, we always kind of ask, like, what happened in your last situation, right? What happened to your last girl? What was it?
I'm just trying to understand what they're saying. What's going on?
How did it end?
How did what end?
How did it end?
You know, they got. How did that end? Look,
he doesn't remember.
At that point, maybe they got a little tired of the. You know, I wasn't responding to some of those things the way that they wanted to. But I didn't want to be there though, because here's the thing. I didn't want to. I think sometimes men are not as honest with women as they should be.
They should just be honest.
So if I'm saying, yo, I struggle in that area, right? You want full commitment, right? So that means that
most women do. Most women want full commitment.
Meaning, so now you mine's, I'm yours. These titles, now I gotta live to that standard, right? And I'm telling you
that you can't.
I'm not saying that I can't.
That you're not going.
But I'm saying that there's a possibility that I could fail.
Right. No, and that's
right.
If you keep it 100, to me, that's all you can do. Men don't realize they're attracted to themselves, right? So what they're not going after women, they're going after women who coming after them, right? So like they're looking for a situation where they can feed their ego. I'm not saying that this is him. I'm just saying that you know, that's why, you know, they're not like being whole, finding a person that they really want to be with. It's really coming. It's like the attraction is coming to them based on like, wait, I like you because you like me. The more you like me, I like you more. That's what a lot of men are doing. So it's not.
I like how you said that.
It's but it's really because most men just want to be with themselves, right? Like they don't want. They sometimes they're looking for a partner, but they really want a partner that's going to complement them and feed their ego and do the things that they want them to do. They're not really looking to be with somebody for who they are. Most situations. That's my.
Do you think it's like that the other way around?
I don't. It's like that too with women. I think women are looking for, like, you look for what you want, right? Like you're trying to find the person that is giving you what you want in life. So a lot of women settle for men because it's like you want to be married, you want to be in a relationship. So you find somebody, and I did this, right? You find somebody who fits the model of like, wait, that person want to be in a committed relationship? Oh, that person wants marriage? Okay, let's go, let's get married. But really, you don't even really know that person.
That's right.
Like,
and you just, the idea of love
with the idea
in
of what
the
it
relationship.
Right. You don't really know.
That's why, this is what I'm saying. This is why I'm so adamantly against some of the charges that she filed against me.
You feel so attacked.
Okay? Because like you just sit there and try to just break me down, and you are totally wrong.
I think you're a very loving person.
She started that.
I think you are a very loving person. I think you are a very charming person. I think you are a sweetheart. I know a few aspects of you, but I also know the other aspects of you that you struggle with.
But here's the thing. Anything that I struggle with, right? I put that on the table.
You do.
Right.
So
that's all you really can.
I put my flaws and my scars on the table. So how am I wrong?
Who said you were?
But you said I weaponize.
No, but you know, but you know what? I don't want it to make it feel like that, especially when I'm here.
No, it's too late. It's lit.
No,
it's lit.
You like the conversation?
No, it's not even that. It's this. I gotta look. This is gonna go on all night. Even after you leave. Yeah, this.
He's not gonna let it go.
I'm not. This might go on for days.
He might call me just to say, you know what I don't like.
Sorry.
No, it's all right. Don't worry about it. I can take it.
But what you said was a very interesting perspective, and I feel like, the word narcissist, it comes up a lot these days.
There's nothing wrong with picking you first because you gotta love you
first. Is it so bad that you about you? Is it so bad that you're in love with you?
It only becomes a problem when you love you to the point of the detriment of others. That's the only time it becomes a problem.
Okay, so I feel like I'm not harming nobody.
Right.
Nobody's out here harm. Nobody's credit is messed up because of me. Nobody's missing nothing. Nobody's losing. Like, what do you mean? Like, these are real life issues that are happening every day that I don't got nothing to do with.
Yeah, but
so when you say I'm hurting people,
and hearts.
You don't know what you're talking about.
The word around town.
There is no word around town because nobody's running around going, oh my God, Maino hurt my feelings. Nobody's running around saying, because guess what? Maino not running around promising nothing to nobody. I'm not running around selling no dream to nothing to nobody. I'm not portraying to be something that I'm not. So how am I breaking the hearts? Most of the time when that happened, that's because a woman is led to believe that a man was something that he wasn't. And then she found out who he really was, and then she fell off the building.
Or she found out that she wasn't worth him changing. That's what they think. It's not true, because you can't change anybody. It's not your job. But that's what people think. It's like, well, damn, I thought I was worth it. I thought he was going to change for me.
Yeah, you have to make yourself happy.
Right.
You can't expect happiness to come from somebody else.
So what? I hear you.
Because you always talk about how you this person and you struggle with this and you struggle with that. Are you working towards bettering those things that you're struggling with? Like, do you actually want love? Can you put time and effort in to get love? That's what I'm asking you. First question is, do you want it?
I think everybody wants love.
You. Do you?
What is love is the question. What is love?
Let me answer it the way I need to answer it, please. Love, in as far as do I want somebody to be in love with me? Do I want somebody to love me?
Do you want love? Like, do you want to embrace the idea of like commitment or?
That's not necessarily love.
Well, not love, but like somebody being there. All right, so let me break down the love part and what I believe love is. Somebody who's in your corner when you need to. Somebody who will love on you. Somebody who will make you feel safe. Somebody who will bring peace to your life.
And maybe still accept your free spirit.
And still accept who you are, but still love every aspect of you and kiss your things that you struggle with.
Here's the thing. I'm already feeling that way about myself from the door. I'm already feeling safe. I'm already loved with myself. See, the thing about this, and we had this talk before, is people look for people to make them feel whole. People looking for people to validate them. People looking for love outside of themselves. What you need to do first is love yourself. No, but you need to find love. But that's what people do. Love yourself. Find love yourself. Love who you are. Get to know yourself. Make yourself happy. It's people that can't be home alone. I relish in being alone, in solitude. So what I'm saying is I wake up happy. I'm already happy. I do things for myself to make myself happy. keep myself going. So I don't need to find love outside. What I'm saying is that whatever's meant to be will be. Right? So if something happens and I meet somebody tomorrow, say what?
You didn't answer me.
I'm answering you. If I meet somebody tomorrow and this may be the love of my life, then I will accept. But until then, I accept who I am also.
I also think a lot of people like confuse love with like this belief that you have to be together, right? Like I believe that true love is understanding, right? And a lot of times when you really understand somebody, then you understand that you don't have to be with them.
That's right.
Love them.
Love them.
Absolutely.
So 100%. I think you can love, right? You can be, and in love is different too. Like people define like, oh, what's in love? You in a situation. This is what I say now. And this is new. This is new. This is new. 5 years new, right? This is
this new you.
Right. Right. With every relationship is going to end. Either he's going to leave you, he's going to cheat, or you're going to cheat, you're going to leave, or somebody's going to die.
Oh, can you slow down for 1 minute? Just for 1 second.
But did you catch that?
I caught that. So you're saying there ain't no forever.
Every relationship is going to end. Now, you could have a 40-year relationship with somebody, right?
Okay.
And have a wonderful life together. Or he could walk outside and get hit by a bus and he's dead and the relationship is over. How are you going to deal with that, right? Like because you have to take care of yourself. You have to take care of yourself first. Every relationship is going to end. Everyone, right? Is it not going to end?
That was very profound. I like that. I'm going to use that today.
All right. Just credit
I like that. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm a writer for
just think that every relationship will end. You should know that.
Every relationship will
end.
It doesn't mean you can't be happy.
Last 5 years, what have you learned about yourself?
Everything. Everything. I know what I like. I know when you was just talking about being home alone.
That's right.
There was a time where I couldn't go to sleep alone. Like I hated it.
And you had to read I love my space now. I'm like,
oh my God, I can't even imagine.
Right? Like sometimes I need to watch
what I want to watch on my TV. You know what I mean? Like, so not to say that I wouldn't compromise if the right situation, but I want to, I would rather be with somebody that
you like his own. But why she's not in a relationship though?
Why am I not in a relationship?
Yeah, you want to ask her that? Gil?
Because I know what I want, and I haven't got to a place where I have found what I want.
What is it that you want?
I want a life partner. I want someone who is supportive and understands the type of person that I am. Not trying to change me, but accept me because I'm going to accept you for who you are.
Everybody throwing life partner around.
Well, that's a real thing. Before I never wanted to get married.
Rita Jada and them said it.
That's not true.
Never heard it. Never heard it until then.
Never
heard that phrase.
Where do you think they got those phrases from? Those phrases been out.
You want a life partner. You want somebody for the rest. You want somebody for the rest of your life.
Well, I want someone
but like you said, it's an understanding. Like my life partner might be just okay with me being a free-spirited person, doing my thing, being. We're life partner. I got your back. You got my back.
Right.
That's like a regular boyfriend.
No,
I want to know.
Sound like a regular boyfriend.
Have your back or don't do shit. They
like a regular boyfriend,
right? To me, it's friends first and last. Like I want a best friend, not my best friend, but I want a best friend. I want to build a best friend bond. Like I want to be able to come to you, and if I want to tell you about anything, I could talk to you about anything. And even if you may not understand. May not get it or you may not agree with it, but you understand. You try to understand. You know what I mean? You could come to me and tell me about anything. Whatever it is.
Okay. So
even if I don't agree with it.
Scenario.
I might hate you, but you're still
I'm not going to hate you
life partner.
if you tell me.
Life partner. Hey, Georgie. I know you was calling me, but I'm going to tell you, I was out last night. You got so crazy, man. I ran into look. I ran into this girl right here. She was so fire that I had to. I could not. I'm just being honest with you. I succumbed to my lower self. I fell victim to my lower self. I'm being honest with you right now. This is the reason why I wasn't answering my phone. You my life partner. I don't want to lie to you. And there's no relationship between me and this girl. This was a situation where I was just like, wow. I needed to I needed to be a part of her flesh, and I need her to be part of mine. So,
A part of her flesh.
yeah.
Quite honestly, the first thing I'm gonna do is laugh. And the reason why that's just a defense mechanism for me because I need to process this.
Yeah, process it then.
I
Talk to me.
I am gonna
Process it.
Now, regardless, I respect you, and that's big for me. I respect you for telling me the truth. You definitely are going to, like, there's repercussions to that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not just going to be like, oh, well, thank you for telling me the truth. Let's move on. No, I have to process that. I might have feelings towards that. It's going to be a problem, but we're going to talk about it. I might need some space. I might need some time. I might break up with you. You get what I'm saying? I might leave you alone, but my respect is still there. I still can talk to you.
Forever?
I don't know.
Is that breakup forever?
I don't know.
Then you're not a life partner then.
I don't.
You can
yes,
be
you
a
can
life
be.
partner.
We don't have to hold
Life is over after the breakup. What are you talking about?
No, life ain't over after
Life
the
is
breakup.
over after the breakup. That's life ends. There's no. You're not partners no more.
No, because
the deal is over.
Each other first. You're still waiting for them.
If you could be my friend and be
together.
How are you growing together if you just broke up?
Because giving somebody space to grow.
She just said
is
broke
still,
up. Broke
yes,
up.
I need space to process it. I said I might break up with you.
If you break up
She
with
just said
somebody,
you
they're
can
going to
love
get somebody else.
Kim just said you can love somebody. That was a bar. Kim said you can love somebody, but you don't have to be with them.
Absolutely.
Right, and you don't got to be talking to them every day either. Because
That's
guess
a
what?
fact.
The person
But
that
if
you're
I
not
need
loving
you
is
didn't pick
loving
up my
on
phone,
somebody
you're
else.
Fucking on somebody. That's not
the
being a good
problem.
life partner.
Right, that's the
That you're not a
problem.
life partner after you break up. It's over.
How?
You tell
Everything
me
is
I'm a
not
life
so
partner.
final.
Right. Everything
breakup-
is not final.
It's not final.
You
What
know,
is a breakup?
I'm still friends with my exes.
See, I don't delve into that area. I'm almost like
Why?
I'm
That's a
almost-
you problem.
Yeah,
At the
that
end
is-
of the
that is a
day,
me problem.
I don't
Like,
want to be with my exes,
I'm
but
not
they
that
can
cool
call
with-
me.
Right.
I could
I
call
don't wanna
them.
be
We could
cool
laugh.
with
We could
people.
joke. We could talk. We could kick it. They could tell me about their relationships,
I don't
whatever
wanna
it
hear
It
is.
depends on the
I don't
level
wanna
of your
hear it.
relationship with that person.
right. I don't want to hear
I'm
it.
not having sex on it.
Yeah, sometimes you
You
can't
know,
bear it.
like-
Whoa.
Me, but see me, I don't care. Like
Mhm.
it's not that serious to me. Like, and I mean for them, it like me being like that. Sometimes it's like why are you like this? I don't
Right.
like
You
it.
must not care about
But
me.
me, right? You must not care about me. No, I do care about you, but I don't know. I compartmentalize, and it's just not that serious to me. I don't want you, so
Oh my
I can still
God.
give you a. Even in my relationships, I can put my feelings to the side and address a situation logically. I've always
Okay,
been
so
like
but
that.
you gonna break up with the guy that told you he just
I
slept with the
said I
girl?
may, yes, because at the end
Oh,
of
you
the
gonna
day,
get back with him?
I have no idea how the situation. I need space to process it.
Right now, I feel uncomfortable. I'm
Yeah.
leaving, but fix it. I'm back.
Fix it.
Or
He just
not.
fixed it. He said it ain't nothing. I
That's
don't
fine.
got that
I
number.
still can be
I just
upset.
knocked that head
Why
off.
can't I be upset?
But
No, be upset. But I'm saying, are you
Hold on.
leaving?
hold on.
Right now, I'm leaving. I'm walking away.
Now look, if you have a conversation with your partner, right, and you tell like y'all having a conversation, this is what we're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
It's me and it's you.
Right.
And you break that code of not it being me and you go and you tell me the truth, like, look, I fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? My respect is more important than anything to me.
But he's showing you respect because he came and told
and
you.
that's why I will respect you. That's why I will still talk to you.
Because he could have kept that. He could have kept that.
He
could have
could
kept
have.
that in
And
his,
I'm going to respect
in his
him.
pocket.
I may not like the truth, but I'm going to respect that you told me, right? But that doesn't mean that I don't have feelings. We can talk about it. Why? Like, it was that serious, so you had to break our code.
Right. I was joking.
Ooh,
But
He took it serious.
Yeah.
no, that's fine. That's fine. But yeah, like I'm curious to know why you invited me. What we talking about up there? And then when you called, I said toxic masculinity because I just like to talk about that. But
and trauma in men.
trauma in men. Oh my gosh.
What
Oh
is
my
that?
gosh. It's just like a lot of male. I see a lot of male trauma when I watch or eat. It's a lot. I consume a lot of hip hop content.
Okay.
So I just see a lot of it, whether it's in music.
Oh,
no, then
example.
I gotta give you examples.
Okay, give me an example, but not personal. You don't have to give me
I have
personal
too many
examples.
good relationships right now. I'm good with people. I'm good. I get them to do my shows. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody to be like, you went on Maino's podcast and said this about me. Now I'm not talking to them no more.
I
Like,
think,
I'm not talking to them.
like, you
no,
know,
but
people get mad. They hold grudges for years. I've had relationships with people that
Right.
I've done business with that have held grudges for years and years. Like, oh, I don't like her. Or for stuff that I did at the source. Like I wrote maybe a review or it becomes You get on a platform, you say the wrong thing, burns a relationship, that's money burned.
But you know what? You don't got to be specific. But let me ask you this.
Okay.
Let me just say this. Are we all dealing with some sort of trauma?
Absolutely.
So
most of us are.
So what makes a man's trauma?
I just like poking at men.
More.
I just like poking at men. Me too. Because there's a lot of male voices in hip hop. It's very over, like, saturated. You know what I mean? Like when I don't get a lot of, again, I get women talking about relationships or they do this, you know, but not just in this space. When we talk about music, you know, if we talk about the industry, entertainment, like media stories, like whatever it is, that's a male conversation for the most part. It's like the opinion of women is not always if the content we consume is so vastly different. We all talk about relationships, when women, men, or whatever, or women things, beauty, lifestyle. But when it comes to like the culture and music,
you don't know what you're talking about,
or politics, or whatever it is, a lot of times I feel like the female voices are.
You feel like that?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, I don't agree with that.
Okay,
I agree.
I feel like that.
Do you agree with that?
It's like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, this is a man conversation.
Or not even that you don't know what you're talking about, that you're not checking for a woman's opinion.
For a woman's opinion on that. You're looking for a woman's opinion on women. Oh, y'all like this record? Because it's a record I made for the girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's often said. It's like, but I like the harder stuff too. Like, you know, I like this record as well. Like, I still have an ear. I can listen to the same music you listen to. But you know what I mean? It's that type of thing.
So you think an artist, a lot of times, because I've done that.
Listen, I watch the prime example. I watch when people have listening sessions is a sausage fest every time. Right. I'm like, where are the female journalists? Like in my day, it was mixed. Right. Now it's like there's just men there.
Not in my. Anytime I don't play that.
Please invite women.
I don't play that. Anybody know that about me? I don't even like that. I will walk out.
It's very, very
your face is so like horror, like
I scroll the time and say, where the girls at? You know what I mean? Like there's like the females, like invite the girls to be a part of the. I see a lot of it. I see it. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just. I don't know. I'm like I follow a lot of women too. No, but like when I scroll, I just scroll. I see what's happening. I look at the parties. I look at the exclusive stuff. It's a lot. It's a lot of testosterone. A lot.
Is that how it's been, or is that something new?
It's how it's been, but sometimes, and maybe it's just my perspective, I feel like it's worse now.
But you gotta see, but this really?
Yeah.
But let me ask you.
I feel like there were more women voices when I was coming up than there are now.
No.
I do. I think there were a lot more of us back then.
When you say artists or
like journalists, writers, you know, television, whatever it is, I feel like there were more women.
It's more female artists than there's ever been.
Artists.
Now.
It's more female artists than there's ever been.
So what about their voices?
Great. Their voices are great, but there's one particular type of artist.
Not all of them.
That's pretty diverse. But still, it's like making them the artists. Like women were created to be.
It's a great thing that
we were created to be admired, but it's just like we also can be on the forefront of certain things. We also can have real opinions on things. We also can make the real money with you. We also can do the the real work. Like it doesn't have to just be the person that you admire. Like she's beautiful and put her
It's a very visual. I mean, in this day and age, on a show that I'm doing, right? Like it's like heavy hair and makeup all the time. Like we don't see no natural. Like it's just like, okay, what's going on with her? Why she got that on? You know what I mean? So for sure, I get it. It's like just a part of the industry that we're in, right? But men don't have to be held to those same standards, right? You could go on camera. Well, a lot of men have to keep themselves up, but
no, we do.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But it's a lot different, I think, with women.
You can go on camera with a scruffy head and a hoodie on and everything. A woman can't go up there with her hair not done or anything like that.
I think a man that takes care of himself and holds himself to a certain standard, he's just as on point with the way he looks when he get on camera as well.
Yeah, it's just
it's just that we don't have to do as much. So in my case, I might just need a haircut.
Right, but we're also in the BBL era, right? So that's a whole, do the things that they're doing to their bodies just for attention or just to get followers or, you know, feel like that's the way they have to look in order to be a part of the culture. Like they feel like they got to do that. And that's, to me, I think it's dangerous.
Very.
Right? Like listen, I mean, if I knew I could just, I would, but it's dangerous, right? Like I'm not going to jeopardize my life for that. And I feel like you're putting your life at risk. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not against it. You know, I know I got a lot of friends do a little here, a little there. I'm saying what we're seeing is overkill. What we're seeing is overkill. The fat transfers, the people that like, you know, doing so much of
told you,
This is such a fun conversation.
Told you we're going to make sure it's you.
I mean, you know,
Told you haven't eaten all
I didn't
day.
even get into these cameras over here.
It's all right though. We had a free flowing conversation.
Yes.
It's all good.
Hope I didn't say too much.
No, you didn't. And this is your show, and we appreciate you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
I
it's all
felt like
right.
a therapist.
And you needed it. It was really good for you, definitely.
I did feel like a therapist.
You were a therapist today. That's why we needed you today.
My cook, Pearls Monroe, top of the line. Oh wow.
Oh, it's really a meal.
Yeah. And it's really gourmet.
Yes.
This is really top notch.
Oh my God. Thank you. So we eat too?
Yeah. You want to eat?
I know you don't want anything. She's like.
You hungry?
I'm starving.
This is such a good conversation.
It was?
I feel like we got a lot out of Maino.
Thank you.
We're figuring things out for him.
Because a lot of the times when the guys are up here, we don't get to.
You don't get to do this.
Yes, we don't get to do this.
That's crazy.
He's never invited me up here again.
Yes, I will.
Shout out to
Always.
Foxo for powering us. Again, I'm Holly Barack.
That's your favorite tomboy.
And this your boy Maino, and we signing out Kitchen Talk. Free Ricky till they free Ricky.
And Kimmy's dating.